Welcome to another Android Academy lesson. Today it will be about constraint layout. You already have some basics of creation of the layouts. You have used already the linear layout and the relative layout. So you can imagine you can be able to create quite complex layouts actually. When you would be placing like several linear layouts inside of each other, you actually are creating quite complex tree. So you can have the layout with having many layers. So these layers can actually make your application quite slow because when you change something in runtime in your layout, almost whole layout has to be redrawn. So that's why we are mostly using the constraint layout, because the constraint layout is removing this disadvantage and it's making the layout flat. It's removing all the layers, so you can actually have just one layer layout. And we will show it in the example. So I will create empty activity. Just constraint layout. And let the project initialize. Meanwhile, I can already open the layout here. And you can see even from the beginning, when creating new project, we are already using the constraint layout here. We will start from scratch, so I will delete this text view. And instead of it, I will create an edit text. So my edit text will wrap the content for both width and height. And to have some content here, I will add hint. Write your text. And you can see our layout is complaining about something. And the something is that we are missing the constraints. So this element doesn't know where it should be placed. So the placing of the elements we are doing with the constraints. And the constraints has to be always vertical, both vertical and horizontal. So this element, I will try to place it to the top of the parent and also to the left side of the parent. So I will start with the top, and you can see that I'm also using just first letters of the words. So that way it can be written much faster. And I also will place it to the left side of the parent, left to left of the parent. I will also add some ID for the later usage. Text one. So we have our first element set. Next, I will add the simple image view. And the image view will have width 0 dB. And now, what does it mean? So when I'm using the 0 dB, it actually means that it will try to use as much space as it is possible, but with respect of all the constraints. So now we will add the constraints. Again, I would like to have it on the top of the screen. But now I would like to have it to the right side of our edit text. So left side of the image view to the right side of edit text. Left to right of the text. And also I would like to have it connected to the right side of the parent. Right to right of the parent. And also I will add some simple image just to see it visually. Doesn't really matter what we will add. So now we have two elements here. Next one will be the button. So our button will have wrap content for both. And I would like to actually make it to the center of the screen. So centering the element is actually done by trying to attach it to both sides of its parents. So for example, if I want to centralize it horizontally, I have to attach it to the left and both to the right side. So first I will attach it to the left of the parent and then to the right side of the parent. And you can see that our button moved exactly in the middle. I will also attach it to the bottom, so our layout is not that messy. And also, you can see that now when it's centralized, if I would actually set this width to 0 dp, it would use all the space. But let's keep it smaller. So I would like to also show you some extra features of Constraint Layout. First one will be the guideline. So what is the guideline? Guideline is like virtual line, which is not visible, but we can use it to place some other elements based on it. And it can work with percentage of the screen. So first I will set the width and height to wrap content. And then I have to set its orientation. So in my case, I would like to have it vertical. And now I have to specify the percentage of my guideline. So I will use guide %, and I would like to have it exactly in the middle. So you can see now we have our guideline in the middle. So if I would like to set some elements exactly from the half of the screen, now it's being quite easy. The last element I would like to show, it's a barrier. So the barrier, it's quite different because the barrier is working based on the elements which are already in our screen. So we can, for example, place the barrier to the bottom of both our top elements, the edit screen and also image view. In this case, it's not much interesting, but if these elements would be changing the height, for example, then it can be quite useful. So first of all, I have to set the barrier direction. And I will say it should be bottom of the items. Now I have to specify what elements it should be based on. So this is done by putting reference IDs. And I will use our text one. So you can see we have the barrier already set here. And I will also set it based on our image view. So I will add ID to our image. And now I can also use it as a reference for our barrier. So the whole barrier moved a bit more down. So this is all from my side today. I hope I told you some basics of usage of constraint layout. Keep in mind that it can bring some advantages like having faster layouts. And in the end, it can be also shorter and more clear by the code because it doesn't require any extra layers. So thank you very much and see you tomorrow. Bye.